When you start a company, you can basically take three risks. One is the technology risk, one is the people's risk, and one is the market risk. If you are a high-tech company, by definition, you have to take a lot of risk on technology. So majority of high-tech companies have a risk on the technical side. With regard to people risk, if you have worked with the people who you know them and know the chemistry of the team, it would be extremely good. If you bring a lot of people who have not worked with each other, then that would be a big potential risk. Market risk is depends on whether you are going into an existing market or a brand new category, brand new product for a new segment of the market. Usually, if you have one or two risks, you have a high chance for success. But if you take three risks, meaning technology risk, work with people that you have never worked before, and go into a market that you have never been to, the risk goes up and the chances for failure are quite higher. The magic of failure is understanding that if you learn from what you are doing, then there is no failure. It's a stepstone towards getting to your goals. If you talk to any Olympic coach, the Olympic coaches don't train you just to win. They actually train you not to give up. There is no way that anybody can get up and go and win everything and become an Olympic champion. Never happens. It's always train, go and fail, train, go and fail, train, go and fail, and learn each time. Do not give up till you get better and better. What doesn't kill you, make you stronger. And that's how Olympic champions are. They learn not to lose their faith and learn from their mistakes, get better, and eventually become an Olympic champion. Well, I've been a big supporter and a little bit of advisor to 500 startups in Istanbul, and I love the team. I have been trying to be helpful to them. It's a wonderful organization that is not only investing in young startups, but also helping them grow and helping them with the knowledge and the mentorship that increases their chance for success. So that has been the one that I have had the most exposure with. However, I'm always interested to learn about new organizations. The tech hubs like the one that we are in here is quite fantastic, and this is the model of the universities of the future, where people really can come and learn how to follow their dreams, follow their passions, and come up with new ideas that could become great companies. Well, if you look at the entrepreneurs with Turkish descent, there is a huge number of successful entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley who have a Turkish background, and that tells you the basic needs of an innovation economy, which is young people with good brains. Turkey has plenty of them, so that is wonderful. Because of the recent economic conditions, one can look at the situation within Turkey as a major headache, major problem, or opportunity to go and think out of the box and come up with new ways to create a new type of diversified economy. Because if you do things the old way, obviously Turkey will suffer a lot. And on the other token, if you diversify into innovation economy and look into how we can use the brains of the young people and create ways that those ideas could be further developed and become the nucleuses of new companies, then that would be a whole new approach. And instead of trying to put the emphasis on big companies that could go and create jobs for people, look at how to go and put emphasis on creating 10,000 young companies that instead of one of them create job for 10,000 people, it would be 1,000 company on average create jobs for 10 people. And that's what a good, healthy, diversified economy would be. I wouldn't say that all of them are. There is awareness between some of us that this is something that was not because the wealth that came to us was not because we were super special or super smart or that. If we really look at it, we were just in the right conditions and in the right situation that good things happen for us. So if we see ourselves as a normal person that was with the right circumstances, then our role is different. Our role is not to accumulate money. Our role is to be the distribution agents for passing this money to other people. There was an old movie with Barbara Streisand, I believe it was called The Funny Girl, that said money is like manure. The more you hold on to it, the more you stink. But if you learn how to pass it around and distribute it everywhere, then it acts like a fertilizer and it allows a lot of new fields to be developed and brings a lot of good to the whole world. Education is extremely important, but as long as it is the right kind of education. If you look at the newest developments in pedagogy is we have had in the past the emphasis on teaching. The new method is put the emphasis on learning. And when we have a situation, environment that people can learn by experimenting and have it become experiential learning, that's where the future of education is. And if you look at how the tasks are done, we have this pyramid that every task you can do can be done manually, mechanically, electromechanically, using microelectronics, software, or content. The way that you can have jobs of future is zero on software and algorithmic content, because that is where all the jobs of future are. So an educational system that produces the same number of mechanical engineers as software engineers is not going to be very effective education. I would say for every mechanical engineer, you need to create 100 software engineers and at least 10 algorithmic content. And soon, for every mechanical engineer, you should create 1,000 software engineers and 100 algorithmic content engineers. I have always worked with co-founders, and that's a good founder can look at his or her abilities and see the areas of strength that you have. And as any normal human being, we have some strengths in some specific things and many weaknesses. And a successful entrepreneur would be the one who surrounds herself or himself with all the key people that would complement for our inefficiencies and our weaknesses. The impact could be huge. I can, as I travel all over the world, the impact of organizations like Assembly can be phenomenal. In Tanzania, I met this young man who came to a tech hub and learned how to build, watch some videos using broadband internet and learned how to build a 3D printer. Then he learned how to use the 3D printer to create a drone, and then he needed to fly the drone, so he went and watched videos and learned how to do software development for moving the drone around. And now he has 5 full-time employees and 14 part-time employees making commercial drones for delivery of drugs in remote parts of Rwanda. So there is quite a bit that setups like assembly can create, because it becomes a hub that young people with technical background, with business background, and with art or design background can come together, learn from each other, and work together to make their dreams come true. God, every day is a challenge. If you look like me, the way I look, and you were not a scholar and didn't have the high level of intelligence or knowledge, every day, everything you do is a challenge, but that's the beauty of it, because every day you have a chance to improve and learn new things that you didn't know before. Life is full of challenges, and it's the beauty of it, that each day you overcome small steps, little wins, and get better and better. That's how I have approached all of the things I do in my life. And I love sports, for example. I don't have much fear. I have a lot of passion for sports, but not much talent. So each time I try to learn a new sport, I fail, I fall down, I break this, I break that. But after a while, I become reasonably good sports person in many different things. I love playing tennis, I love skiing, I'm a master diver, I love horseback riding. Many of these things, you just start and you learn not to give up. And yeah, you fall down. I've had 14 operations in my life, 14 trips to hospital to get surgeries. It's not fun, at times it's quite painful. But that's how life is. It gives you a chance to get stronger. And as I said before, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.